Good seeing you, friend. I'll take your order anytime.
Everyone, prepare to move out. We'll set up camp on the edge of town. And Chloe, relay the orders to our scout units.
Of course.
Leave the encampment to us, my prince.
Thought I'd never track you down.
You're the one who pointed me to the market.
Name's Ridiel. You're with the rebels, right? Easy there. I've got some information you might want to hear. You interested?
That depends on the details.
Lay a hand on that harbor and you'll get your fingers burnt. Zenoira knows you're coming. I'll gladly tell you more, for a price. Their numbers, where they're posted, you name it.
Is that why you followed me earlier? I'm sure the only reason they know of our plans is because you offered them the same deal.
Get lost if you're not buying.
I overheard your conversation in town about how you gave up on your dream of knighthood. But you can still change your mind. Fight back against Zenoira instead of striking underhanded deals with them.
That's not possible. Not for me. And I have my mother and her taste for human men to thank for it. What about you? Do you really think you can challenge Zenoira? Because I can tell you what you'll win. A vain demise, and nothing more.
You're wrong. We can change this world. Free Fevrith and all her people. And even if I die to make it happen, my life will have had meaning. Because someone, someday, will see our task through to the end.
What's any of that matter if you're not there to witness it? It'll be a hollow end to a truly wasted life. The same as my mother before you. Can't say I didn't warn them. That rebel girl's as good as dead. Unless I bailed her out, that is. But why should I? Nothing good can come from making an enemy of Zenoira. It sounded just like what Mom used to say. Even if I fall, someone someday will win this fight. It'll never be over as long as we keep pushing forward. Yeah. Mom's battle isn't over. I might not have a chance as a knight, but maybe, just maybe, I can still defend her pride.
The area is secure, and all clerics of the Orthodoxy accounted for.
Welcome news indeed.
I've brought her, Your Majesty.
Ridiel, was it? Few in this world would risk their lives for a handful of hostages. Your bravery will not go unrewarded.
Please, it was nothing.
Elaine, sir. She's asked if we'd accept her into the Liberation.
A compelling offer.
I can attest to her dedication myself.
Hold a moment, Your Highness. Should the people of this town be believed, Ridiel here has served as an informant for Zenoira. It would be ill-advised to let such a merchant of words walk among us.
The rumors are true. I sold them intelligence once. But not anymore. My heart's set on one thing now, and that alone. Bringing them to justice.
And why is that?
So I can finally put an end to the fight my mom died for. I won't let her life, or her death, be for nothing.
With all due respect, I'm not convinced. Perhaps a spell in the local jail will give us the time to learn her true intentions.
Sir Joseph, wait!
I will gladly welcome her to our ranks.
Your Highness.
She doesn't seem the sort to betray her mother's memory. That, and she's already come to our aid in battle once. I doubt Zenoira would welcome her back after that.
If you are that certain, I will not object. His Highness may place his confidence in you, Ridiel. But know that I will ever be watching for even the slightest sign of deceit.
My actions will prove the truth of my words.
Those actions must be impressive indeed if you have Chloe so eager to recruit you.
They are, Your Majesty.
Then I'll trust you to make her feel at home.
Not a problem. Come on, Ridiel, I'll show you around. This way, hurry.
Hey, stop pulling.
I've heard the plan, Joseph. If you can even call it that. You intend to do nothing and bide our time until the general is shipped off.
Just so, my lady. We strike after he's departed the fortress, before his successor has time to arrive. Absent a leader to marshal its defenses, even the most ironclad of strongholds will fall to the chaos of war.
Spineless old man. What will any of this accomplish if we let that monster slip through our fingers? Tell me, Joseph.
Princess, please. I understand your anger towards Zenoira, but this seems to be far beyond that. What is your history with Geith?
I guess you wouldn't know. 10 years ago, he sought to prove his allegiance to Galerius through a sacrifice of royal blood. My blood.
The barbarian. Then the reason you fled to Drakenhold was to break free of his reach.
Yes. I was meant to cross the border with my retinue, the Knights of the Rose. But it wasn't to be.
I fear I can imagine how this story ends.
They surrendered their lives so that mine could endure. Barred his path with their fallen corpses. I lost every last one of them. And now, as the only survivor of that slaughter, it falls on me to avenge their deaths. Geith's head will roll by my blade.
'Tis a painful memory indeed, my princess. Yet, in this harsh world, every skirmish could be our last, and any false move might risk the safety of our men. I assure you, should the opportunity arise, we shall see the general slain.
I don't want your empty promises. I've waited an entire decade for this chance, and I'm not about to let it escape me.
Your ladyship.
Leia, I take it you heard all that.
I did. I wasn't intending to pry, ma'am.
I've lost my appetite for conversation. We can speak more on this tomorrow.
I hope you can forgive my ignorance, Princess. That was the first I'd heard of such tragedy.
That'll be the last you hear of it, too. It's an old story, and one that bears no meaning to Drakenhold.
Even so, I must say, Sir Joseph's strategy is sound. We would be wise to accept it without dispute.
I've always admired your boldness, Leia. But this burden is mine to bear, and mine alone. Save your opinions for someone who will hear them. Now go get some rest. Battle will be upon us before long. Princess, wait!
Making a martyr of yourself won't bring them back.
You're here to stop me too, then.
Are you kidding? We just don't want to miss out on the action.
We may not match your years in the Order, but we embody the Rose. Same as you. From the moment I joined as a fledgling squire, I vowed to be your shield in times of strife. That vow, that spirit stands unchanged even now.
Please, my princess. You're not alone in hungering for vengeance. Let us join you. Together, we claim Geeth's head, and the honor of our order with it.
You're right. I should never have considered doing this without you.
We stand at the ready, my lady.
Knights of the Rose. We march at once to avenge the atrocities inflicted on our fallen sisters.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Gotcha.
Princess. I'll not allow history to repeat itself. This time I shall see my duty fulfilled. We must be after her, Your Highness.
Please be safe.
It is done.
So it is.
At long last, Geeth is consigned to the hell of history where he belongs. None will remember his name.
And everyone we lost can finally rest easy.
Justice was delivered this day. You can take things from here, Joseph.
Princess.
Listen up. I've decided to leave the Liberation. That, and I hereby dissolve the Knights of the Rose. You're free to live however you see fit.
What? But why?
We did it, my lady. Geeth's gone.
That's exactly it. I spoke to him before he met his end, and the man didn't even remember who we were. The corpses of those he murdered were nothing to him, rid from his mind ere the warmth had even left their bodies. All the while, I've been tortured by delusions of revenge. A damned slave to the past he had long since forgotten. Not only that, but I closed my ears to Joseph's plans, and in acting as I saw fit, put all of you in great danger. And now, I must answer for my wrongs.
Please, my lady, don't belittle yourself. Virtue and justice play at the heart of your every action, as is proper for the paragon of Cornian royalty.
I'd think you were describing Elaine, not me.
Apologies if this is out of line, your ladyship. But I have stood by your side for a number of years now, ever since you first stepped foot into Dragonhold. In that time, you have done what seemed impossible, restored pride to this land, and encouraged its people to reclaim their home. I doubt you fully understand just how monumental an accomplishment that is. In you, Prince Gilbert saw the progeny of a ruined land, holding her head ever high despite the many sorrows she'd confronted. That noble spirit stirred the dormant fire in his breast, emboldened him to take up his sword once more. Where has that spirit gone, I ask? I've always counted your pride as a member of the royal line to be among your greatest strengths. Yet were Prince Gilbert to see you now, he would surely view it as nothing but a weakness.
I dare you to say that again.
Princess, the people of Cornia aren't the only ones who look to you for hope. I know you want to bury your sword, but I ask that you don't bury the dreams of Dragonhold along with it.
on, Prince. Say something!
I must add my own plea to the roar, Virginia. In truth, there's still a great deal I've yet to learn. So many lessons left untaught the day I lost my mother. But that's precisely why I value having you beside me. To teach me the ways of Cornian royalty like no other can.
I suppose I could stay on at least a little longer, seeing how desperately you need me. Enough with your staring, all of you. Bashfulness doesn't suit me in the slightest. Old wound disturbing your sleep?
Princess. I was merely reflecting on that fateful day.
A wound of a different kind, then.
Queen Elenia surrendered herself to that monster's blade, that the prince and I might escape it. Yet I can't help but wonder. Had I only faced Galerius in her stead, might my demise have spared her such a cruel fate? Perhaps she would be the one standing beneath this moonlit sky instead of me. She deserved to live, not I. It seems I too am slave to a past I cannot outrun.
Both our hearts were scarred deep by what happened 10 years ago. But that pain isn't ours alone. So many suffered that day, and so many suffer still. But there's still hope for peace. A lasting peace that can soothe the agony our people suffer. Elaine is that hope. The boy you saved, and the man you raised him to be. Take pride in that, Joseph.
You grow more and more like Elenia with every setting sun, flying true as an arrow, urged forth by the strongest conviction.
I'm not sure I'd go that far. Joseph, I can't be the mother Elaine has lacked all these years. But I can whip him into shape every now and again. Let's hold that whip together, shall we?